Evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country.
Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. It's Ndagere here. Thanks for clicking on today's video. We're gonna be talking about Charlie Kirk's wife. She had a press conference and she was addressing about her late husband's incident. And you could be like, it's okay to have a speech. I mean, people really needed that probably on her side, but the statements that were coming out of her mouth are a problem that people are finding as a problem. You understand if you listen to her speech. She allegedly, actually it's not even allegedly, she was threatening people. She threatened people like, you guys don't know what you've unleashed. My husband loved life. He was a good person. Yes, of course, he's going to be a good person because he was your husband. But what do you mean that you're threatening people? Which people are you threatening? Are they the people that look like you? Or also the person that committed this crime is a person that looks like you? Who are you threatening that you guys don't know what you did? Who? You already know the person that did this. It's a palmed man that looks like you. Why aren't you addressing about that man? Everything that was coming out of this woman was so calculated. Everything was just so organized. And also for a person that just lost someone, yes, I know people grieve in different ways. Her grief is something to call out for, because I don't know, maybe we are being just sensitive. It just doesn't look right, really. But yeah, guys, listen to her speech and what people are saying about this, because it is crazy. Also the fact that she had to post her deceased husband on social media.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know. I love you. I love you.
It speaks volumes to who she really is as a person. Guys, come back, let me know your thoughts on it.
Charlie loved life. And my goodness, did he love the Oregon Ducks. But most of all, Charlie loved his children. And he loved me. I want to thank my husband's dear friend, Vice President Vance. I want to thank President Trump and his incredible family for the same. Mr. President, my husband loved you. The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it.
Yeah, Buki, the call is coming from inside the house, and whoever did the body did a good job. Now, Charlie Kirk's wife recently, she got the body, child, and she posted these images, I believe, of him getting a medal from the president. I'm not entirely sure the title of the medal, but baby, she'd have posted the body. And also other images of her kissing the body. I mean, we've seen this at funerals. This is nothing new. It's really what most widows and loved ones do to their loved ones, right? I think the internet was a little bit more alarmed that she posted it, because mostly funerals are pretty private. But after she had posted those images of his funeral, child, she then posted this message. You could pause to read it. I'm not going to read it, but she basically blaming everybody but the call coming from inside the house. Now, after she had made this post, she then took and did a speech, child. Let me play the speech.
The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love.
Girl.
But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country.
Erica, please. Okay, We give you some grace because you lost your husband. But the fact that you keep saying they, them, and you guys, who was you guys? They found the assailant. It is this man right here. Girl, I don't know what power trip they done put you on, girl, but get off that ride immediately. And instead of coming for all of the internet for what your husband was saying, you need to download JPay and talk to the person who did it.
Wait, Erica, did you just say that Charlie Kirk spread love and positivity into this world? Did you just actually get on national television and say that shit? I mean, the delusion is fucking diabolically mind-boggling. You can't... What? If that dude spread love and positivity, then what the fuck did John Lennon, MLK Jr. spread? Malcolm X, what did they spread? My God, I'm living in a place where delusion is running fucking wild. What the hell is wrong with people?
I just really wish Charlie Kirk's wife would have set this one out for a couple of weeks. Because to get on a podium and speak her little message or whatever and say, I don't know when the last time I slept. Ma'am, your husband died 48 hours ago, okay? You slept 48 hours ago, okay? And I can't imagine as a wife what she is feeling. But I just hate that. I feel like the government, the society, the people that followed him, they're using her now to fuel a fire, right? And I feel like she and her kids and their family are ultimately the ones that are going to really be mourning his loss. He was a part of their everyday life. They didn't just see him when he uploaded a video or when he went somewhere and made a statement. She is affected. Her everyday life is affected. So I feel like I just wish that when they encouraged her to speak, somebody would have told her, baby, just sit this, let things play out the way they're going to play out. Don't get up here and speak, because she's speaking, she's in a part of grief, right? Now she's in that part of anger. And rightfully fucking so. Her husband was unalived on a national platform, right? But I just hate that they're using her. I hate that they're using her to fuel a fire that has nothing to do with the larger population of people, especially those who did not believe in his rhetoric.
Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, live streamed a message last night, and if that video was anything, it was a further call to war. Now, if you haven't seen it, I suggest you go watch it, because the visuals and messaging are absolutely fascinating. And just like my video from last night, it's time to clock in and listen up, because we're gonna the shit out of this thing. Each emphasis, each moment of emotional expression looked so perfectly calculated, and everything continued to circle back around to promoting and platforming the turning point, the business. She even directs people to their website. She tells them to start chapters wherever they are. She even goes so far as to say that there is absolutely no excuse to not start a chapter if there is not one near you. She also says that the evildoers will pay for what they've done. Here's the thing though, this speech was broadcast live, which means that it was broadcast after Tyler Robinson turned himself in. Now, the language around the shooter has been very singular, very solo. We caught the guy. We already know that it looks like Tyler Robinson is aligning with the far, far right, in particular, the GroPo movement. So, who are these evildoers to which she's referring? And if you for one second think that she had time to get a full beat, hair done, come up with that speech, but didn't keep up with Tyler Robinson's probable affiliations, then you're either on the wrong page or you need to hold onto your hat, because you're about to get a crash course in chaos.
Instead of standing on stage proclaiming that his death has ignited a fire and that his business will continue on, she worked behind the scenes to preserve his legacy through interviews, through his presidential library, and most importantly, through his children. See, while Erica is telling their 3-year-old that daddy's on a work trip with Jesus to be able to afford her Blueberry budget, side note, weird amount of guilt you're giving a toddler that she's somehow responsible for daddy being with Jesus, Jackie was instructing their 3-year-old how to salute a casket, instructing him, John, you can salute daddy now and say goodbye to him. No blueberries, just reality. But I guess since Charlie Kirk is certainly no JFK, he had to marry an Erica, not a Jackie.
I'm actually legitimately shocked at how far they're going with the social media production of this entire thing. Like, it's the fact that we're posting these things on social media with a perfect manicure. Like, those are the freshest nails that got done before this happened. And we're showing corpse hands of someone who is the love of your life on social media in a carousel We're in full glam at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. And when she says that she told her children that Charlie's on a business trip with Jesus to be able to pay for their blueberry budget, she literally said that. So now your kids are going to internalize that and say something, like, well, we don't have to eat fruit if daddy will just come home. There's an elevated stage with an entire audience at Air Force 2. We're tagging people in the photos too. Like, we're not just stopping to have somebody take them. We're tagging people in them. Her being mic'd up and then kissing his hands, speaking during that whole time. This is my first social media death, I think.
I just had a really long day of travel, so I'm just getting caught up, but I did see the Erica Kirk video and we need to talk about it. First, some reference before we dive in. I have a master's degree in communications and I work as a marketing manager, which means it is my job all day, every day to write copy, to create content, to edit videos, to do social media posts and write things for websites that get you to engage, whether that is to buy a product, to buy a service, to get you to volunteer for something. That is what I do all day, every day. I look at target audiences and then I get people to do things that are calls to action. And let me be clear, we're not even going to play the video. We don't even need to play the video because I am not talking about what Erica says at all. I'm talking about what is said by your visual cues in this video. Here is a still image of the video, and if you want, I encourage you to pause it and look around. What do you see other than her, which is also important? The thing that immediately caught my eye was that. And at first I was like, is that what I think it is? And it certainly was. What an odd thing to have turned out on a bookshelf to perfectly face the camera. And if you still don't know what that is, let me show you. That's exactly what that is. It is the Time magazine cover that features Donald Trump as Person of the Year, and that is a very odd thing to have staring down the camera. This subliminal messaging is echoed again in the foreground. You see 1 MAGA hat, 2 MAGA hats. That one's a little bit cut off, but that's certainly what it is. Now, given the events of this week, it makes sense that Charlie's picture is here, and it makes sense that there is some text there, but there are two things that do not make sense. What doesn't make sense for a mourning wife is to have the Turning Point USA logo at the very top. This is a branded statement. What also doesn't make sense is a podium in the middle of an office. Podiums, or lecterns as they're sometimes called, are used when you want to put someone in a position of authority. Think about a speaker at a conference. Think about even a pulpit in church. It's also a place where we know that messages are typically delivered that are either unifying or inspirational. Last but not least, look at just how much white is involved. You have the white bookshelf, the white wall. She is dressed in white. We are trying to make her, from a marketing perspective, look innocent and angelic and pure and all of those things that are associated with the color white. Yes, she does have a black shirt on, but this is not the typical look of someone who is in mourning. Typically, we see people wearing black. And let's not forget the empty chair with the microphone, which is very clearly meant to acknowledge Charlie's absence. But it's done so subliminally. And then she's standing there presiding over that empty chair from a podium. Now that you've seen all of that, my challenge to you is to write in the comments, what do you think all of this is? And what do you think all of this means? Because what I saw in that video today was not necessarily just a woman who is mourning her husband's death. I have a lot to say about that, but I just want to point out,
you have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country.
If something were to happen to my husband, this is how you're going to see me for the next 2 weeks. Don't expect a full glam, makeup, hair, matching outfits. And I get it. We all grieve differently. I get that. But to be in front of the camera with a full glam face, barely 48 hours after your husband passed, wow. I guess some people do grieve differently. Now, I don't know much about marketing, but I have a marketing radar. And I can tell when someone's trying to sell me something. And after watching that video, I felt the persuasion. I didn't feel like it was a widow that was sharing her pain. She prepared for that video. Her hair is immaculate. Her makeup, her outfit, the entire setting. If something ever happens to my husband, you will not see me on social media for quite some time. And if I happen to run into you, this is how you're going to see me. Because I will not have the energy to put on a full glam. I'll be lucky if I'm wearing matching socks.
As you've seen in the video, that is what people had to say. And, you know, maybe, like I said, we are being sensitive, but the way everything just moved so smooth, because this is something that has just happened, right? It just looks so organized. Like, you know, something is just, I can't put my hand around it, but you know what I mean. But also, it's insane that she did not really acknowledge the fact that it's a person like her that did the crime and, you know, put all the anger and the threats onto that person. No, she just had to gaslight, you know, the public and just talk about my husband was a good person, loved life. Like I said before, you know, I had to lie to my kids. Like I told my kids, your dad is with Jesus, you know, trying to buy us berries. And people in the comments were like, we wonder how much those berries are for you to lie to your kids. That, you know, your man that clearly was in support of, you know, your kids getting raped and being able to be forced to have children. We wonder how that is going to turn out in the future. Like, it's just not okay. Like, even to, you know, it's just not okay that she posted her late husband on social media. Like, guys, I would say that's the first video that I've seen in my entire life for a person that has deceased someone to post their beloved deceased person on social media. I just find it creepy and weird. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like, we just respect the dead. I would say in the African culture, it's just so disrespectful really to point a camera also to a dead person in like our culture or where I come from. But I guess it's different in America. You can, you know, post your dead, you know, deceased person on social media. Or maybe she just wanted to show how good her late husband was, that he received a medal from the president and she had to show it off. But then also with that, people are not happy. Like, this person was not a military person. He was not an official. Why is the army involved in the burial? Why is the United States flag at half-mast? Like, how is that even logical? What about the kids that are constantly taken down by mass shootings from palm people? Like, those kids don't have like life, they don't matter, you know, like why? So there's basically you know, also privilege when it comes to victims, you know. That's what people are saying in the comments, and it actually makes sense because I saw it was the army that was handling the coffin, or, you know, this process. It's like people are really having mixed emotions about this. Like, they're not happy, people are not happy. It's just insane. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about her speech and the threats that were coming out. Like, what is she gonna do? Like what? Also, the fact that she was still promoting the business in these kind of tragic moments. Yeah, probably she's very, very strong and a very go-getter, you know, businesswoman. I mean, what can I say? Like I said, we all have or play grief in different ways. I just don't have that strength like she carried it. Like, probably kudos to her. But also, we should understand that she really carries most of the views that the husband had. With that speech, it clearly shows she is 100% behind and was in support of whatever her late husband was in support of. So that should also stick and, you know, sink into people's heads before, you know, people try to make us, you know, feel a certain way about why people are not feeling sorry to their late husband's, you know, tragic incident that happened. You know, guys, that is it for me in today's video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye.